What does education means to you? Education promotes individual growth. Education gives you social and economic empowerment. And most important, it makes you a rational person. But what happened if education ministry in your country got dismantled? Yes, such kind of things are happening in the US, which is making us worried, and also for the US citizens. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about US Education Ministry dismantled, and this session is important for your GS 2 as well as GS 3 perspective. So moving towards the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss that why such kind of things are happening in the US and what would be the potential impact of it, and then we are going to discuss practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to this TIA's channel. Moving towards the news part. So the news is that the president of the US, Donald Trump, had signed an executive order which deals about the dismantling of the federal involvement of the education ministry, because according to the Donald Trump, education belongs to the states and local communities, so it should be with the states and local community, and federal government should not involve into such kind of the things. So this news which we are going to cover up in today's session. Coming to the 25th foundation discount, as you already know that Drishti IAS has completed its 25 years, and on the occasion of 25 years, Drishti IAS has come up with a huge discount offer. It is giving you 60% discount on all its online courses as well as 40% discount on books and test series. So if you want to know more information about such offers, you can call us to 87501 87501. So this is our calling number 87501 and 87501. Coming to the discussion part, that what does the Department of Education do in the US? So in the US, school education is primarily funded by the state and the local sources, with only about 11% of the public schools revenue coming from the federal funds. So this is the latest data we have got from the US, and the Department of Education oversees the federal student aid for higher education, also Pell Grant. So Pell Grant is given to the marginalized student who having the low income and who are coming from the low income background, and here they are also take care of the funding for the students with disabilities and low income school programs, and it also enforces anti-discriminatory laws in the education. So suppose that if any students have been discriminated on the basis of the race, on the basis of the gender, so education department takes care of all these things. Now we'll come to that, what are the reasons behind such kind of a decision, that why there is a dismantling of education ministry in the US. So we have numerous reasons. Among them, we have find out the most important ones. The first thing is about student loan cancellation by Biden. So during the previous government, what we have seen that the department oversees $1.5 trillion in student loans and financial aid, and Biden administration has focused on the debt forgiveness and cancellation of 175 billion for 4.8 million borrowers. So this has been not truly adapted by the Trump government, and they says that this is not the banking, this is not the where you can talk about that your whatever you have taken from the education department, whatever the loans you have borrowed, it will be forgiven. So this has been not truly adapted by the Trump administration. Then we have also elect civil rights mismanagement. So the department enforces civil rights protection in school, including the policies related to LGBTQIA community. And here what we have seen that the Trump administration does not much focus on the LGBTQIA, and they don't consider that this also belongs to a gender community. So right now, according to Trump administration in US, they have only two genders, which is male and female. So that's why the Trump administration opposes the equality, diversity policies, and the Trump administration also promised to remove Title 9 protection for the transgender students. So that's why the Department of Education sees all kind of the things. So that's why if the department will be abolished, such kind of things will be automatically abolished. We'll come to the another discussion that what can be other possible reasons. So the other possible reasons can be the political meddling in accreditation. So the department regulates college accreditation affecting federal financial aid eligibility. Conservatives claim accrediting agency are politically biased, and Trump plans to remove radical left accreditors and replace them with those defending American tradition. So they also want that whatever the education system earlier was existing, it was very politically biased. So the Trump administration want that we should inculcate that promotes the American traditions. Then we have another reasons, which is education funding. So the department funds K-12 programs for low income and disabled students, and Trump wants to shift these responsibility to states. So that's why the plan and whatever the working Department of Education were doing, that should be discontinued according to the Trump. So that's why they are moving and shifting from these kind of the things. Now we are coming to the discussion part, that what are the potential shifts we have. So the potential impact, we can see that as Department of Education oversees the financial aid, so there will be a huge impact and much disruption caused to the financial aid, because it will shift to the states and the local bodies. So there will be much disruptions at that point of time and very much uncertainty and mismanagement. Then civil rights enforcement. So Department of Education enforces the civil rights, just like the laws related to the equality, laws related to the racial equality, laws related to the gendered equality, and Trump administration does not much care and much focus about such kind of topics. So there will be more vulnerabilities on the transgender community part, there will be more vulnerabilities on the colored people. So there are chances that there will be more exploitation to these vulnerable community. Then here also we can see support for disadvantaged students. So they have this scheme which is related to providing financial aid to the low income groups, and if such departments will be dissolved, then who will take care of such kind of low income group? And there is no clear call out and clear definition that we are going to shift all these things to whom. So this is a kind of uncertainty among those students. And educational standards and accountability, as according to Trump administration, there are so many inconsistencies in the educational department. So they are just going to take care of all these things, and that's why in order to plan a new structure, in order to shift the responsibilities to other department, they have taken such kind of the decision. And this is also going to impact the students, because they will be impacting the quality of education, because there will be no separate education ministry which has an involvement of the federal government. So there will be much uncertainty regarding the, what you can say, accountability part. If any student face any kind of the problem related to the finances, related to the identity, related to any kind of things, then who will be accountable for such kind of the things? So there will be uncertainty and vagueness in that part. Now we are going to discuss about the practice question for prelims. Before going to discussion of the practice question for prelims, we have to also take a glimpse of the Indian education. So as you already know that we have several central universities and state universities, and we do have problems in our central and state universities. We do have problems related to the caste discrimination. We have also gender discrimination, regional discrimination. And on the basis of seeing all these kind of things, we do have equal opportunity cell in the universities, and where students can go and register their complaint that whenever they felt uncomfortable because of their identity, because of their financial condition, because of their regional association. So we do have equal opportunities cells. Now the question comes that all these equal opportunity cells are active or not. So many universities, many students made such kind of allegation, and we have also reported many evidences where students felt vulnerable, especially students from marginalized section felt very much vulnerable because of their caste identity, because of their tribal identity, because of their regional identity, because of their racial identity. So we need to ensure that whatever the opportunities, whatever the equal opportunity cell we have, that must be active, and we must the government of India must take care of the financial aid to the student. If there is a scholarship provision, that should reach on the time, so that the student from the marginalized section, the student from the gendered community, especially the transgender community, the students from the who are differently abled should not feel marginalized, should not feel discriminated. And whatever happening in the US is not good sign for the whole community, whole world, because students and education is more important for the whole world. And if any country is establishing any kind of such examples, that will have a negative impact on overall education, because many Indian students goes to the US and they sick, and they what you can say, they see US as a academic opportunity and a big hub of academicians. But if the country has taken such kind of decisions, then it is not just going to impact the American student, it is also going to impact the students who have migrated from the other countries and they have seen US as their future. So there will be a huge impact on the Indian diaspora also. So now we are going to discuss the practice question for prelims. The Pell Grant in the US is primarily meant for research funding for universities, providing financial aid to low-income students, funding sports infrastructure in schools, supporting military veterans for higher education. So this is very easy one. You can answer into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.